Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're tuning in from, everybody. It's Rod with Pow Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ Stocks, crypto assets, and interviews. We're going to get started with today's live stream here momentarily, and we're going to be discussing whether or not today is the day. Is the Ripple versus SEC case finally over? Certainly looking that way. But before we get to it, make sure to smash the like, help support me in the channel. And if you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell, you'll be notified on any future live streams or when I post a new video. But just sit tight, we'll get started here momentarily. I see we have quite a few people joining us this morning. Welcome, welcome. We're going to get started here in about 30 seconds. Didn't have everything prepared for the live stream because we did have some news that just dropped. So Jamlosi, welcome. Ripple is a security, judge ruled. That's what I understood. That's not what I got out of that. But yeah, we'll have a discussion here momentarily, and we'll go through it here together. But just sit tight. We'll get started here momentarily. All right, going to get started with today's live stream. As I mentioned, it's Thursday, July 13th. I think I mentioned that earlier. But as we know, we heard from the legal experts in the space that we know that the judge likes Thursdays for a ruling, Thursday and Fridays. And today is Thursday, and we were told from Brad Garlinghouse that he believed that the case would be over in a matter of weeks. But we're going to be discussing, is today the day? Is it finally over? It's certainly looking that way. The market is responding. Prices were absolutely exploding there. But at the time of the live stream. So we'll discuss all this and more, and I'm curious what the rest of the community thinks with this news that just dropped. Eleanor Tourette from Fox Business just made a tweet there, which we'll look at here in just a second. Let me pull that up. And shout out to Steve for sharing this. So Securities and Exchange Commission versus Ripple Labs. Order granting in part and denying in part 621 motion for summary judgment. For the foregoing reasons, the SEC's motion for summary judgment is granted as to the institutional sales and otherwise denied. So what I think is happening here, and I'm no legal expert, I'm definitely not a financial advisor either, so this is not financial or legal advice. This is for entertainment purposes only, first and foremost. But what I'm seeing here is I think it's like what we expected, right? Is that we're going to see a split the baby approach where we're going to see Ripple be charged a fine for the early sales, and then, you know, in the early days, and then actually the underlying asset, which is XRP in the case, is not a security. That's what I'm getting out of this. So it granted as to the institutional sales and otherwise denied. Defendant's motion for summary judgment is granted as to the programmatic sales and to other distributions in Larson's and Garlinghouse sales. So denied as to the institutional sales. The court shall issue a separate order setting a trial date and related pre-trial deadlines in due course. So the clerk of the court is directed to terminate the motion. So let's just bring this up actually. So I'm just trying to understand this just like everybody else. Then I didn't understand what they were trying to say or what they were saying. Yeah, it's kind of hard to, I'm definitely no legal expert, but this is, we're looking at the price here. Everything is exploding at the moment. XLM was up to about 11 cents there. XRP hit 65 cents on that move. So it's certainly looking like market is responding favorably. 24% off the low of the day today. XRP up 36%. But if we zoom out to the weekly time frame, we knew we had a lack of resistance. So after we got over 58 cents, we knew that we could probably see a lot of upside. So this isn't, massive upside by any means, but I mean 30-some% right on the day. And then we had the monthly uptrend as well. And we knew that we had that support line there. And we're breaking into this long-term downtrending resistance, which dated all the way back to April of 2021. So if we can get a monthly candle close over that line, that we didn't do it last month, so we're looking for it this month. And we still get 18 days left, but it's certainly looking like we could potentially, and look where we had that resistance there, right at 56 cents, and we're coming back down to that resistance there now. So we'll see. We want to get that back test confirmation and a candle on the monthly time frame close over that resistance there, and that resistance is sitting at about 50 cents. So we want to get a monthly candle close over 50 cents. But here, let me bring up the tweet from Eleanor Tourette. So she basically said the same thing. See if there was anything different in there. Oh, it's basically just an excerpt, a copy of the court order. Where's the date at? Yeah, July 13th. Annalisa Torres, district judge. Let's go through this a little bit here. I actually added some XRP 2 days ago. And I was going to add one more potential order if we continue to see some downside, but it's certainly looking like the bottom is in. So they go on to talk about the history. Let's see if I can find secondary. The court does not address whether secondary market sales of XRP constitute offers and sales of investment contracts because the question is not properly before the court. Whether a secondary market sale constitutes an offer or sale of an investment contract would depend on the totality of circumstances and the economic reality of the specific contract. It is not enough for the SEC to argue that Ripple explicitly targeted speculators or that Ripple understood that people were speculating on XRP as an investment, said SEC mem at 28, because a speculative motive on part of the purchaser or seller does not evidence the existence of an investment contract. There you go. We need an investment contract. In any event, so here we go. But the SEC does not elsewhere allege that the recipients in other distributions like Ripple employees and Xspring third-party companies were Ripple's underwriters. In any event, the SEC does not develop the argument that these secondary market sales were offers of sales or sales of an investment contracts, particularly where the payment of money for these XRP sales never trace back to Ripple, and the court cannot make such a finding. There you go. I think that's the money shot right there. As an institutional buyer, knowingly purchased XRP directly from Ripple pursuant to contract, but the economic reality is that the programmatic buyer stood in the same shoes as secondary market purchaser who did not know to whom it was being paid its money. This is looking good. What does everybody think now? This is, to me, looking like, at first I thought they were going to get a fine for their early sales, but now it's saying like even the institutional and programmatic sales don't even constitute like an investment contract. And that's one of the main legal arguments that Stu Alderati was saying. The legal counsel at Ripple was saying the SEC is wrong on the facts, they're wrong in the history, they're wrong in the law, and you need an investment contract. And there was no investment contract. So is this an outright win? Be nice if we could get some of the legal experts to chime in here. We are starting to calm down. It looks like we're at a period of just everybody trying to figure out what the hell's going on. So That's awesome that MJ is popping on the crypto news. CGC broke the 63-cent level. Yeah, well, SPY, I mentioned in the Power Group private community today that we had a cup and handle forming on SPY, and the target was 455. And I did a video like months ago saying that we had this weekly bull flag here, and we confirmed it this week, right here, week of May 15th. So once we broke over 416, that's when we confirmed the weekly bull flag. And then you took the measured move from the low to the high and move it out to the 0.382 fib, said we were targeting 439. And then didn't want to stop there. S&P 500 had a cup and handle on the daily time frame, and the measured move from the cup and handle takes us up to about 455. And then if we zoom out to the monthly time frame, we are less than 4% away from all-time high. We are, what's the high of the day? 448.63. Yeah, so we're about 4% away from all-time high on the S&P 500. This is something I've been calling for a while now as well, is that Congress still didn't get banned from owning stocks yet. So, and I expected us to deviate from this .com fractal, which I use back here. I copied that from the boom and bust of the 2000 era. And I said I expected us to deviate from this temporarily until Congress gets banned, right? Because they still have to ban themselves. So they're going to want to ban themselves at the top, right? Just like the feds did back here. They didn't do it down here. They didn't do it here. They want to do it up here, right? So that's what I was expecting, and that's exactly what we got, because that's what the charts were saying. And again, all this manipulation, the money printing, trillions of dollars entering the market, which didn't happen back here in the .com days. But ultimately, I think we are heading to monthly oversold, which should put us that somewhere around April of next year. So I think I actually sold some of my mutual funds today back into money market. So I'm about 95% of my mutual funds in money market. There's probably some people on the stream right now like, what the hell is this guy doing talking about mutual funds? It's like, I thought ETFs took over mutual funds. But yeah, look at this move here on the daily time frame. 36% and counting from the low to the high of the day today. Let's just see if we got any other news coming in here. Oh yeah, we also had Celsius was sued and the CEO was arrested. Alex Mashinsky, I think his name is. Yeah, that guy needed to go. So yeah, we can take a quick peek at some of the other. Let's just take a look at some of the other ones here. NKLA just continues to rip. EVs are really starting to shine as well. Neo down. Riot pushing $20 here. What's Coinbase at? Yeah, and what did BitBuy know here in Canada? They just relisted XRP like 2 days ago. So like, did they know that secondary sales weren't going? Because why would they do that if this judge came out with a verdict, which we knew they love Thursdays, they love Fridays? Well, it's looking like BitBuy knew something, and it's, to me, I'm no legal expert, but based on what we just found here as a community, this, I really basically just went live and was reading this with you guys and gals. And, you know, to me, BitBuy relists XRP, that alone was huge. So Canadian-based crypto exchange BitBuy becomes the second exchange to relist XRP pending the final ruling. And this was, when did they do it? Was it yesterday or the day before? But anyways, they knew something. And sure enough, today we get the verdict. But from what I'm seeing, I thought it said initially that it was going to be basically Ripple was going to pay a fine for the early sales. But right now it's looking like that investment contract jargon and narrative and what they're painting there in the response and the filing is, it looks like nothing is a security. Like there's no investment contract. But yeah, we were super overbought there on the daily time frame. How are we doing on the RSI here on the weekly? Not even close to weekly overbought yet. Monthly time frame, nowhere near monthly overbought. CGC doing great today, is it? Let's take a look at MJ. I'm still hoping MJ remains low until alt season really takes off. Would love to see my alt bags and altcoin crypto portfolio just go parabolic and then rotate those profits into more beaten down MJ. That's kind of where I'm at. But yeah, CGC, yeah, buddy. Wow. 19%. I mentioned in the video yesterday that we were looking for a daily uptrend watch. Video from yesterday, or I guess it was 2 days ago. Canopy Growth Daily Uptrend Watch and CGC Technical Analysis. I said watch for the EMA 12 and 26 bull cross on the daily time frame. That still hasn't even happened yet. And we were in the daily equilibrium. We had the low, high, higher low, lower high. And then I said if we broke that resistance there at 63 cents, we confirmed the daily uptrend and we could see that EMA 12 and 26 bull cross and then a lack of resistance all the way up to about 74 cents. So sure enough, we're confirming that daily uptrend now. And we could still see the EMA 12 and 26 bull cross. We're seeing SPY, seeing lots of momentum to the upside today as well. Like I said, 4% from the all-time high. This is good tailwinds at the moment, and we're breaking the high of last week as well, but we can't lose sight of the fact that we're still potentially a weekly bear flag on CGC there. So, but yeah, MJ moving as well. CGC just continues to wow. That move there off of the low at 38 cents, 75% so far off the low. And this is what we want to see, right? This is what we want to see, and we're going to potentially see all-time high record monthly volume, weekly and daily. So this is what you want to see near a bottom. You want to see volume climax, record volumes, and you want to see aggressive buying, right? We had aggressive selling to the downside. In just a couple months, CGC was down 90%. That's crazy. From December, so for basically for half of the year, we were down over 90%. Over 92%, and this is what we want to see near a bottom is 60%, 70% moves in a relatively short period of time. This all happened within the last couple of weeks. LFG, you bet. Breaking 65 cent USD. XRP, XLM brothers, you bet. My biggest holding in my crypto portfolios, XRP and then XLM. Litecoin as well. Litecoin halving's coming up in like 20 days. So Litecoin's my third biggest crypto holding. 19 days, 10 hours, 29 minutes, and 46 seconds. Let's get it. Oh, also, if anybody hasn't seen this website yet, this is amazing. XRPLHQ.com. And it's a central hub for the XRP community. So it goes... it basically shows all of the companies building on the XRP ledger. You can sort by payment companies, wallets, DeFi, decentralized finance, content creators, exchanges. And it even has real-time asset prices and market cap. And then you can go to the XRP rich list. So if you haven't seen this, you can put in how much XRP you have, and then it'll tell you how much you rank. So let's say you have 50,000 XRP. You can do search, and you were ranked 47,000 out of 1.557 million wallets. And it doesn't factor in anything less than 100 XRP, I think it was. So yeah, it must have 100 XRP. So anything under 100 XRP, it's not factoring that in. But yeah, if you have 50,000 XRP, you're in the top 48,000. And then you can do the XRP calculator as well. So this calculator is based on the valuation model developed by Susan Athey, board of directors at Ripple, and Robert Michnick, standard graduate of School of Business, in a paper of fundamental valuation framework for crypto assets. And if you just leave in the defaults, it's saying value of XRP 1,632. That's not completely out of the question. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. Like $1,600 XRP, probably not going to happen for like 10 years. But I mean, if Bitcoin went from less than $1 to $70,000, why can't XRP go to 1,600? And if Ripple's escrow gets burned, oh man, imagine the supply. I wonder if there's anything in there in escrow. There's just only one mention of escrow. So later, though, XRP market reports Ripple continued to connect XRP's price to trading its own efforts. In the Q1 2017 XRP market report, oh, shame on you, Ripple, for being transparent. You private company giving us public information that you do not require to do. Shame on you for being a private company and giving us public information. Not even all public companies are as consistent as you. Even though they have to do it by law and you don't, but yet you're more consistent than the public companies. Fun fact. Let's sue Ripple, the most transparent company in the crypto ecosystem. Bunch of clowns. Yeah, so doesn't say anything. I don't think there's any verdict on escrow. OGI 23% up in a week. Yep, that's what we want to see. We want to see a bunch of that off of the lows, right? We want to see massive upside off the lows. I got 500 shares at 38 cents on a different account that I refuse to sell. Yeah, I've got XRP in a few different accounts, right? But yeah, most of it, I'm going to have a long-term bag where I'm not going to sell any, like literally not selling any of it. And yeah, like I said, if Bitcoin can go to $1,600, or sorry, to $70,000, and I think it could go to 100 grand or 200 grand over the next couple of years, especially leading into the halving in 2024. If a Bitcoin ETF gets approved, that's probably not going to be the first ETF. There'll be multiple ETFs. BlackRock alone has 10 trillion in assets under management. Right? Like, Bitcoin could easily go to 100 grand, but I mean, from here, that's only, like 3x of upside. So it's not that great, but XRP, in terms of upside, if it hits its 3.618 fib extension, like Bitcoin and Ethereum did in the last bull market, that's about a $12 XRP. So from current levels, right, if we're at 60 cents to $12, you're looking at about a move of about 20x. So $1,000 investment into $20,000 just if you put $1,000 in right now. So that's the risk to reward I'm looking for. But like I said, this monthly downtrending line is looking really, really good. And I'm live streaming right now. Is anybody seeing any news? Anybody seeing any confirmation of what I'm... Ripple token is a security in institutional sales, judge rules. Yep, there we go. Just came in the... I have the automatic fetching of news, and it just came through here now. So yeah, I think that it's what I mentioned initially. They're going to be... It's not the Ripple token. It's the XRP token. Like, these people... What Ripple token? It's called XRP. Like, I don't get it. Sorry about that, guys. Like, she's still calling it Ripple token? But yeah, like I said at the beginning of the live stream, what my initial thought is that it was going to be early day sales, deemed security sales, but secondary sales not. And so far, that's what it's looking like. So like I said, I have these automatic news updates that come in. It's just a bot that fetches it in the background from multiple different sites. And like I said, it did find it. So here it is here. Did it not come up? What's this? Investing Pro. Is that what came up when I hit? Sorry, guys. Yeah. It's a pro article. Ugh. But yeah, the title is Ripple token is a security in institutional sales, judge rules. So I'm pretty sure it's split the baby, I think. I think it's early sales, they'll probably get a fine, but secondary not. So Ripple token is a security in institutional sales, judge rules. So yeah, Ripple token is a security. Like, I don't think that's a bad ruling. Like, I think early day sales, you could say the same thing about Bitcoin, right? You could say the same thing about Ethereum. But once they get, that's what the whole safe harbor was from Hester Pierce, right, at the SEC, was you're giving a grace period, right? You have X amount of time to do this to become a non-security, right? Everything can be packaged and sold as a security, right? The oranges in the Orange Grove and the Howie, right? You could package iPhones as a security, right? But doesn't mean that at the core they're securities themselves. Sale of XRP on exchange is not investment contracts. Court rules and SEC. Woo, there we go. I was right. Go with the initial gut feeling. That's why I always failed tests in school. I always change my answer later on. It's just too much thinking. But yeah, like that was my gut feeling when I started the stream, that early sales, not that they're going to fall under that purview of security status, but actual secondary not. So that's exactly why we had BitBuy relist XRP, because they probably knew that it wasn't secondary sales, so they're in the clear. Sale of XRP on exchange is not investment contracts. Court rules an SEC case against Ripple. The institutional sale of XRP tokens. There you go. They got it right. XRP tokens, not the Ripple token. You can go to link 2 and buy private equity of Ripple. Ripple, that is a security, right? You're buying governing rights, and you actually have governing rights in the company. That's an investment contract, and it's private equity, right? They're a private company. There's Ripple private equity on Link2 that you can buy, and then you can go to, which is a security, right, of a centralized company. And then you can go to an exchange and buy the decentralized virtual currency, the non-security XRP. So institutional sale of XRP tokens did violate federal securities laws, a court ruled, as it granted Ripple's motion for summary judgment in part. So Ripple sales of XRP tokens on exchanges and through algorithms did not constitute investment contracts, but the institutional sale of tokens did violate. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Court published the conclusions in order partially granting motion for summary judgment in the ongoing case against the blockchain platform by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. The SEC accused the firm and its executive CEO Brad Garlinghouse and co-founder Chris Larson of failing to register XRP as a security. Price jumped about 24% on the news. We said in December 2020 that we were on the right side of the law, and we will be on the right side of history. Thankful to everyone who helped us get today's decision. Woo! It's over. It is over. But we might be going to the higher superior court. Thankful to everyone who helped us get today's decision, one that will be a win, one that is for all crypto innovation in the US and more to come. Woo-hoo. Who's excited? Smash the like if you're excited, because I'm pretty stoked. Everybody go like and retweet this and fire Gary Gensler. What a clown. July 13th. How exciting. Now, guys and girls, like, don't forget, we still need to get, all these trusts, right? We still, what was the Bitwise ETF? That dumped XRP, so it's probably going to add a few hundred million, if not a few billion, and then maybe even 100 billion. Who knows? Then we're going to get Coinbase relisting, not just BitBuy, right? We had BitBuy, the second exchange here in Canada, relisted a couple days ago. We'll have Coinbase. We'll have every exchange, right? Man, let's do it. Let's get it. There's also the rich lists on XLM Explorer. Yep. Yeah, there's XLM Explorer. There's also xrp.org. Go to rich list. There's actually one dedicated specifically for XRP, but that one's kind of crappy. Yeah, so that's what it was. Yeah, so what did you say? Ripple is a security, judge rule. Yeah, so it's not technically. It's actually not, and it's a win, but it's a split the baby approach that we were expecting, right? All the legal experts have been saying it. I've been saying it. It's more than because they did, right? In the beginning, Ripple had control all of the validators, and it wasn't decentralized. And it was the way they packaged, and they even called it the Ripple token for the longest time, right? So there was some confusion there, but it's going to be good because now we know that secondary sales are not, so it says right here, on exchanges, not investment contracts. So that means the asset itself is not a security. The way it was packaged and sold was a security in the early days, so they'll probably get hit with a fine. And then, but it didn't say anything about a fine. But it said here, the court shall issue a separate order setting a trial date and related pre-trial deadlines in due course. Anybody seeing anything about fine? Not seeing anything. So yeah, that's what it was. It's the early sales were deemed securities, but it's the way Ripple packaged and sold that, right? But it wasn't the actual, it's not itself that's the security, right? It's not the underlying asset XRP. It's the way it was packaged and sold. Just like the oranges in the Howie case weren't deemed securities, it was how the oranges were packaged and sold, right? So they'll probably get hit with a fine, I would think. And then Gary Gensler and the SEC will tout this as a win. See, we told you, we were right. We got a win. Early sales, we'll fine them. But XRP, and that's what Ripple's been fighting for. They said they'd settle the case if they said that XRP itself wasn't a security and non-secondary sales, right? And that's why John Deaton got into this case, is because they were saying that secondary sales constituted illegal securities offerings, which, as we see right here, sale of XRP on exchange is not investment contracts. And like Brad Garlinghouse said, we said in December 2020 that we were on the right side of the law and we'll be on the right side of history. So he likes this verdict. Let's see what everybody's saying here. Is there no... why isn't it allowing me to see the messages? Okay, I'm already on the tweet. Yeah. And let's start planning that proper party. 100%. Yeah, there's not much chatter, but... So yeah, Judge Torres says, Ripple's programmatic sales, the other distributions in Larson's and Garlinghouse's sales of XRP do not constitute investment contracts. Documents and details to come. Okay. SEC took a big loss. Ripple programmatic sales are not investment contracts. Take that to the bank. Breaking: XRP has been quietly relisted on BitBuy. Ripple IPO. What? Ripple IPO launch confirmed for London Stock Exchange and Dubai Financial Market post August 2023. So Ripple is going to IPO, and that will be a security, you dunsts. Love it. ODI earnings today after market, by the way. Yeah, good point. I thought it was sometime soon. I think Tilray's is on the 26th. How we doing on the chart? So we're stalling out here. Well, glad we got to the bottom of that. That was exciting. It is a what's that, a 5-minute bull flag? Yeah, 5-minute bull flag on XRP at the moment, it looks like. Take our measured move from low to the high there. In order to confirm this bull flag, we need to break, we need to hold the low here at 57 cents, and then to confirm it, we need to break 64 cents. And then the measured move is targeting 77 cents. And we do have a lack of monthly resistance as well. We had the monthly uptrend as well with the low, high, higher, low, and higher high, higher, low, and higher high, higher, low, and higher high. So that's tons of support. And we could still see an EMA 12 and 26 bull cross here on these EMAs as well. When the shorter term's below the longer term and they cross, boom, big move. Whenever the shorter term's above the longer term and they cross, boom, big move to the downside, right? That's a bear cross, that's a bull cross. Now we're seeing a potential bull cross again. And we have a lack of resistance all the way up to 91 cents here on the monthly time frame. No monthly resistance. It's been a while since I updated on this. Yeah, we're seeing a bull cross of the MACD. We just need the stochastic now by the end of this week. And we're bumping our head at the on the weekly moving average, the 100 weekly, sitting at 60 cents, and we're right there on it. So we're getting ready for a moonshot here. We have no weekly resistances. We just have that one left to get over. And then in terms of the daily time frame, we had the golden cross. And we're still maintaining above all the daily moving averages. So we're looking really good. Any week now, XRP is looking like it's going to fly. Could be any day, any week. And now with this ruling, it's exactly what we want to see. All right, going to start wrapping it up. But if you're just joining us, this is the recap. So at the beginning of the stream, we were talking, Jamlosi and I, we were talking about, he said, I think it's a he, he or she said that it was deemed a security, but that was true and partial. That was, and then I had said that when I first read it, I thought that it said that early sales will be like, it'll be a split the baby. So early sales will be deemed a security, and then but on secondary exchanges and secondary sales are not, and that's exactly what happened. And they said that institutional or the programmatic sales and Chris Larson and CEO Brad Garlinghouse did not promote investment contracts, so they're in the clear. So this is a big win for Ripple, in my opinion. And the SEC had to get a win as well, so now they're gonna be floating it around saying, "See, we told you so. We were right all along." But the one who actually won the most, the one who came away with the biggest favorable outcome here, in my opinion, is Ripple. But this was pretty much something that we were anticipating for years now. Like this has been something that a lot of the XRP community has been saying for years. I mean, it's been almost 3 years this case drug on, but for at least the last year and a half, everybody in the XRP community was basically saying, anybody who did a little bit of research was basically saying it'll probably be a split the baby approach. But let's just get an update on the market here. Code HP and BTC shorts leading the decline today. And we got XRP, Hive, and Sologenic. So look, XRP, so Sologenic, the token, is based on XRP. So look at all these, look at XLM. It's a copy of the XRP ledger. And XRP's little brother, sister, whatever you want to call it. So this is good, right? You're seeing all of these. My crypto portfolio just shot up like crazy this morning. Do a refresh here. Gotta love it. Just the tip of the iceberg. Like I said, wait until Bitwise ETF has to re-add it. Wait until Coinbase relists. Wait till Ripple IPOs, saying that they're going to be IPOing in Dubai and London. They just opened offices here in Canada. Oh, this is exciting. We got the Litecoin halving coming up in 20 days. We got a spot Bitcoin ETF that's just an inevitability to get approved at this point. We have Grayscale and Coinbase fighting the SEC as well, which looking like they could win. Things are getting spicy into the end of the year here, folks. Perfect. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's a boy. Congrats. Well, it's exciting. Just don't be surprised if it takes, a couple weeks to really start to see momentum start to gain. I would think that probably over the next month, we're going to see a massive parabolic move in XRP and the rest of crypto. And like I said, when Ripple goes to IPO, I won't be selling anytime soon either. I have until Ripple gets until Ripple IPOs and XRP gets Ripple relisted and Ripple gets IPO news starts to come out and whatever else, right? There's probably a tons of partnerships now as well. Like Bank of America is one that they said, which is backed by Warren Buffett, one of the biggest investors in Bank of America, I think. Bank of America has been foaming at the mouth, and Ripple Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO, said that Bank of America was one of the ones waiting on the sidelines for once we got clarity, and it looks like we finally got our clarity. So wait until the banks start using it. Japan said that every bank in Japan will be using XRP by 2025. I really don't think it's out of the realm of possibility to see XRP at $10 to $20 here over the next year or two. But I won't be selling any before $3. My goal is to get accredited. I'm about a little over halfway to accredited investor status. So my goal is to get accredited and then buy Ripple private equity, the security, not XRP, the decentralized virtual currency non-security. I want to invest in Ripple private equity before they go public, right? Just like Coinbase, whenever Coinbase went public, we saw a massive sell-off, right? And the money was really to be made in leading up to that. And I think Ripple's going to be bigger than Apple. They're going to be probably going to be bigger than Apple and Amazon combined when this is all said and done. We're talking hundreds of trillions of dollars, right? The quadrillions. Just Google the derivatives market, and that's basically what Ripple's attacking, right? And cross-border payments, right? Nostro Vostro accounts. There's so many applications, NFTs, and now there's talking about mortgage-backed tokenization as well, right? It's literally in the quadrillions. I think Apple hit a valuation of 3 trillion. Ripple's going to be valued at, mark my words, it's going to be 5 to 10 trillion, no problem. Buffett has a 13% stake in Bank of America. Exactly. Yeah, they'll never get on board with crypto itself, but they back the companies that are backing it, right? It's called playing your book. They talk it down. They say it's rat poison squared or whatever, but yet Bank of America is pushing big on crypto. So it's like indirectly they're supporting it. XLM is not a copy of XRP. It's a total type of ledger validation. No, it's definitely a copy, because the creator, Jed McCaleb, actually helped create the XRP ledger. Yeah, so they do vary slightly, but essentially, many people consider Ripple and Stellar very similar. In fact, some even think that Stellar is a fork of Ripple. Despite many similarities that both networks have, they actually have different entities. Yeah, so they have different, like there's the XLM Foundation, the Stellar Foundation, but it was a copy of the code. Anyway, not finding it exactly, but yeah, Jed McCaleb created XLM. He left after he created the XRPL ledger with Arthur Brito and David Schwartz. He left and then basically created, it's basically a copy, like a mirror copy, but then it might have been tweaked a little bit, yeah. But he helped create XRP ledger, and then he left and went on to create XLM, right? And it's basically the same. The tech is not the same? Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that. Yeah, definitely XLM or XRP uses the Byzantine agreement, yeah. Either way, you can see how that's why they're similar. That's why they move together, right? It's because they're based on the same technology. Fundamentally, there might be a few nuances, but it's the same creator. All right, gonna wrap it up. That's exciting. Gonna be interesting to see what the rest of the community thinks. Yeah, exactly. Proof of work, proof of stake. And we know what the SEC said about proof of stake. It's a security. So is Ethereum next? Now that it just upgraded to proof of stake. Also, Coinbase get under SEC purview because of its staking service. So writing's on the wall. I wouldn't be surprised if Ethereum gets sued, or the Ethereum Foundation next. Yeah, we're starting to calm down a little bit here. We do have a 5-minute equilibrium with the high, low, lower, high, higher, low. Break should be imminent, but like I said, we're looking for this bull flag to confirm here. And if we break above that high, the bounce at 64 cents, we're targeting 77 cents. ETH is a dead coin. Yeah, I don't know about that. I wouldn't say it's dead, but I mean, I don't wish it any, I hope it does good, like well long term, but personally I don't hold any. And yeah, I think that it was a prototype, just like the founders, right? The founder said, Joe Lubin said, he's on record saying Ethereum was a prototype. And Vitalik Buterin used to work at Ripple and got the idea of smart contracts from Ripple when he was working there as an intern. And yeah. XRP and XLM going to fly, in my opinion, in the next 5 years or so. Yep, absolutely. Do you think OGI will beat or miss today? I don't know. Haven't been following too much. What do we got for expectations? 31.47 million US. Still haven't confirmed a daily uptrend yet. coming off the low, and we already had the EMA 12 and 26 bear cross. So initial thoughts would be maybe we need a daily higher low and we see some negative outcome, from it, but I can give you what the analysts are forecasting. Good morning, afternoon, wherever you are. Yeah, so OGI, wait a minute. It says here July 26th. I thought that was Tilray. It's probably gonna have to get more specific than that. Yeah, 10 hours ago, July 7th. Wait, what? Let's put in some random stuff here. July 13th, there we go, yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure why. I guess I think it's Tilray on the 26th. So I'm not sure what, yeah. So yeah, fiscal results on July 13th. After market close. So yeah, we're expecting 42.75 million Canadian for revenue and then negative 0.0722 for EPS. But gonna try and I'll do maybe another video on MJ later on today. But trying to, I know everybody, this is an MJ centric channel, but trying to keep it more specifically dedicated to crypto and XRP on this video. Yeah. Yeah, it's right. July 13th. So thanks for clearing that up. All right, gonna end it there. We'll see if we can confirm this 5-minute equilibrium bull break and 5-minute bull flag and then target 77 cents. But I won't be selling anytime soon. Not sure about you guys and gals, but let me know your game plan in the comments below. I might take some profit at a new all-time high and then just start to scale out. I'll probably be mostly out of my my position by the time we get to $8-9, but I'll be holding a portion of my XRP for indefinitely. But I'll be scaling out as we get closer to blue sky breakout and all-time highs. Thanks for the updates, you bet. My pleasure. Thanks for joining the stream, everybody. And sorry for the overlap. As I mentioned, if you're just joining this stream or if you're just finding the channel, it is an MJ-centric channel. So a lot of the people that are on here are very passionate about MJ, right? And a lot of people that are into crypto are passionate about MJ as well. So thanks, Rod. Hope crypto holds this beautiful pump. Absolutely. Well, like I said, I don't think it's even begun yet. If we get Bitcoin spot ETF, we get Grayscale, Coinbase beat on their SEC lawsuits, which I think is a high probability. Ripple set to IPO in London and Dubai, and then the US. They said they would do it in the US after the case is over. Case looks to be over soon. If not completely over, I think it could potentially, they said they were going to be sending it to parts of different trials. So I don't know. It's hard to say. We'll have to just wait and see. I'm not a legal expert. But right now, the most important thing is sales of XRP on the exchanges are not securities. And programmatic sales that Ripple did and Chris Larson and Brad Garlinghouse were deemed no investment contract there. So they're basically in the clear, in my opinion. So win for the SEC in the fact that the early sales of XRP were deemed a security and they'll probably be hit with a fine. But again, I didn't see anything about that in the a fine or any kind of amount listed. So we'll see. We'll probably get an update from some of the lawyers in the space. XRP, you bet. The best digital asset ever created. And XLM. Look at these. Sologenic also on the XRP ledger. All of them just flying today. Gotta love it. Moon time. When moon? When Mars? Like I said, it's exciting, but I'm not selling anytime soon. XLM as well, won't be selling any XLM anytime soon. If XLM just does what Bitcoin and Ethereum did in its last bull market and hits its 3.618 fib extension, that brings us to about $3.72. So from current levels, XLM could potentially skyrocket 32x. So that'd be a $1,000 investment into about $32,000. If you were looking to enter, what would be your price point be for XRP? I mean, realistically, it all depends what, like, do you own any? What's your average? Is this your first time buying? Are you dollar cost averaging? Yeah, a lot would depend on, you know, how much you hold. Did you invest in, put in any more than you're willing to lose? Like, all of these things would factor in. But I mean, like any of these, anything under $1, I think is a steal on XRP for sure. I mean, we were in a monthly uptrend with the low, high, higher, low, and higher, high, higher, low, and then we had another higher low here. So generally on these monthly higher lows is a good place to add. But at this point, it's hard to say, right? Because we just shot up 35%, so we could easily pull back to like 50 cents, which would mean from current levels we could pull back, you know, like 15%, 20%, and still be extremely bullish, right? So it just depends. What's your plan as well? Are you going to hold it for a week, a month, a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years? It really depends. But like I said, anywhere around these levels, I think XRP is an absolute steal. And if we look at the monthly time frame, we have this downsloping resistance line that's trending all the way back to April of 2021 when we hit a high of $1.96, and we unable to get above it, and we're set to potentially close above it here this month. So you could, if you're really patient, you could wait until this monthly candle closes, and then if it closes over that resistance there at 50 cents, that could be a nice place to add, right? Because we essentially back test it, close above it, we get our back test out of the way, and then we shoot up, right? Where can we buy XRP right now? So good question. So if you go to my YouTube page, you can just click on the About section, and there's Uphold here. You can buy XRP and more. This is my favorite exchange, and they never delisted XRP throughout all of this, and now it's deemed not a security on secondary exchanges. So they were right, right? Ripple was right, Uphold was right, and I would 110%. If you want to use my link too, I'll get a kickback, just so you're aware. If you don't want to use it, doesn't hurt my feelings any. Uphold.com, you can sign up without using my referral link. But yeah, if you go there and sign up for that, I would encourage you to use Uphold. It's my favorite exchange. You can also buy the Flare token, tons of other assets as well, over 250 crypto assets. And they're not even actually exchanged. They just route orders to exchanges. And, you know, in my opinion, they're the best. It's my preferred exchange. And not only that, they didn't delist XRP throughout all of this nonsense. So in my opinion, they deserve your business more than anybody. But pretty soon it'll be relisted on all exchanges. BitBuy here in Canada just relisted XRP a couple days ago, so they probably knew that this judgment was coming out where sales of XRP on secondary and exchanges and secondary markets weren't securities, right? So there'll be there'll be an XRP ETF, just like a Bitcoin ETF, trading on, you know, a US major exchange more than likely at some point soon. And then yeah, Coinbase should relist it, but right now I would 110% recommend Uphold. Yeah, so if you don't own any Alicia, I would say like any time now is a good idea to start dollar cost averaging. You could add now, or, you know, you could wait for that monthly candle close over 50 cents, which would give us the confirmation of the bull move. So, like I said, I mean, we were at $1.96. So even if we just go back to April 2021 highs from current levels, that's a 225% move. And then to all-time highs from current levels, you're looking at a move of about, let's just see here, of about 450%. And then if we go to EMA, or the extension level there, the 3.618 fib extension, which Bitcoin and Ethereum did in the last bull market, it wasn't suppressed by an SEC lawsuit like XRP. So that means we could see about a 20x from here. So $1,000 investment into 20 grand almost, if we just go to and do what Bitcoin and Ethereum did in the last bull market. Look at Bitcoin. From its high to the low here, oops, wrong one. From its high to low in 2017, 2018 to the low of the bear market, it hit its 3.618 fib extension. And that's because it wasn't under a lawsuit with the SEC. Same with Ethereum. From its top of the 2018 bull market to the low, it hit its 3.618. So if Ethereum and Bitcoin can do it, why can't XRP? So from the high of February 2028 to the bottom, it's saying $12 is in the cards. And then for XLM, like I said, you're looking at a move up to around that $3 to $4 mark. So I would say, like, if it were me and I didn't own any, I would add some now. Like I've got over 50,000 XRP, so I'm pretty much good on my my XRP bag. And XLM, I got a ton of XLM. That's my second biggest holding, and then Litecoin. I've got about 10 different crypto assets total. I don't own any Bitcoin, any Ethereum at all, though. Uphold is down. Doesn't look down to me. I didn't actually try signing in, but doesn't look down to me. But I did hear reports, actually, now that you mention it, there was people mentioning it on Twitter, saying that Uphold was down. Well, good for them, because they were the ones who didn't delist it. And in my opinion, they're the best. They're like my favorite exchange just because of like ease of use, and you know, it was super convenient, easy to use, user friendly. But not only that, more importantly, I think they deserve our business because they stood up in the face of adversity and all this uncertainty, and they said, you know what, there's no precedent for us to delist. And they weren't, you know, just basically bending the knee, right? They actually use logic and reason, and in my opinion, they deserve our business the most. So if it's down right now, then I'm sure to be back up soon, but with good reason. It's probably down with good reason because, like I said, they're the only exchange that didn't really delist it, and they're one of the best exchanges out there. And they're IPOing as well, so they're gonna be going public. So Uphold, massively bullish on them long term. Thanks, Rod. Uphold is down. Ouch. Due to purchase volume. Yeah. This is the tip of the iceberg, right? And just let it be known too. You generally don't want to be buying and selling when news comes out, right? Because of this, right? Exchanges get bogged up. Then you got to put money on the exchange, so you got to take money from your bank account, either e-transfer it or wire transfer it. It's a process, right? And then you got to validate your ID, right? Your know your customers, so you got to do your KYC. All this stuff takes time, and that's why I've been shouting from the rooftops for a long time now. Is, you know, consider buying some when we were down at 20 cents and 30 cents, and getting some money on the exchange, getting your account verified, having the account ready and ready to buy it. And don't buy it like when the news comes out, because that's generally when these issues happen, right? We get overloaded, we get DDoS attacks, or just denial of service because of the sheer amount of volume and transactions and people trying to log on. It just slows their servers down, right? And I would even argue would have two exchanges, maybe even 3 exchanges verified, set up, ready to go in case one's down, so that you can transfer to the other exchange, right? So this is all a learning curve. I can't make any transactions on it. Yeah, so it's probably just bogged down from the amount of activity. So again, just let that be a lesson for next time. Make sure you have the cash on there ready to go. You have if you don't have any holdings, make sure you have some holdings prior to, right? Like, we can prepare in that event, or have another exchange as well as another option. Probably volume issues. Yeah, definitely. And it's just, like I said, it's just the tip of the iceberg. But going to end it there, like I said, I'll be doing a video a little bit later on today as well. My parents are coming here to visit in Edmonton from the East Coast. So I can't promise I'll be doing videos as much the next week or so. But I'll definitely still be doing videos. But like I said, just don't expect as many as I've been cracking out in the last week or so. But exciting news today. Hope everyone has a fantastic rest of your day. And we should get some more confirmation from some of the legal experts. But this is looking really, really good. It's been a long time coming. We made it through, and better days ahead. We haven't even seen the tip of the iceberg yet, in my opinion. Binance was down for a couple minutes right when the news came out as well. All good now. Okay, cool. Yeah, and Binance was delisting XRP. I got a news article the other day. You think they're going to delist it now? Yeah. Binance to delist XRP leveraged tokens amid SEC lawsuits. July 12th. Leveraged tokens. Oh, okay. It's XRP up and XRP down leveraged tokens. Okay. But are they going to actually follow through that now that it's deemed non-security on secondary sales on exchanges? I doubt it. But as far as I know, I think you can still buy XRP and buy and sell XRP on Binance. Binance is also leaving Canada, but I bought XRP on Binance here in Canada on Binance.com, like the main one. I bought it 2 days ago on Binance, and I transferred it to my ledger. So I have Binance for XRP sales and buying and selling, and I have Uphold as well. So that's kind of my, and I had a ton of XRP, and I had a ton of cash on the side as well to buy the dip in case we kept dipping to dollar cost average, right? So just having multiple exchanges, and I might even set up a BitBuy account as well here in Canada now that they relisted XRP, and then I'll have 3 different exchanges to buy and sell XRP. And then if it does get removed from Binance, or Binance officially shuts down into the fall here in Canada, I'll have 2 options again, right? So I'd encourage everybody else to do the same as well. And I'm sure there's tons of other options in there that I'm just forgetting to mention at the moment. But thanks for letting us know about Binance OddFlex. All right, going to end it there. Thanks again for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth, everybody. That was fun getting to the bottom of that. Like I said, the news came out, and I literally hit the live button and was going through it with all of you. And appreciate all your contributions. You're welcome. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. And we'll see you on the next video. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.